What if Goku and Vegeta wished their tails back and went on to attain the pinnacle of Saiyan potential from there on after? The story so far has been about rediscovering the core of Saiyan potential. Everything from here on out will be about mastering primal instinct and achieving the ultimate Saiyan evolution. A state of existence that has never before been realized since the beginning of primal power. It exists only in theory, but now that Goku and Vegeta have vowed in front of the Grand Priest to make it a reality, failure is inexcusable. If you guys need to know what's going on, because this is gonna be like series 2 or arc 2 of our What If Goku and Vegeta Wished Their Tails Back saga, link to the full entire playlist will be up on the screen and down below in the description box. Go check out the entire first story so you can pick up right from where we're starting here today. But as far as what happens next, let's not waste any more time. Following the trip to Zeno's palace, Whis takes everyone to planet Beerus. By everyone, we mean the 4 Saiyans, Goku, Vegeta, Broly, and Zycor, as well as Beerus, Champa, and Vados. Since parting ways over a week ago, this was the first time Goku and Vegeta had the opportunity to talk to each other again. I see you've also ascended Kakarot. Very impressive, Vegeta states. Yeah, and good going, Vegeta. Lord Beerus was basically withering away when you talked back to the Grand Priest, Goku replies. Vegeta grins and gives him a fist bump. Goku then grabs Broly and instant transmissions all the way back to Earth. Sure, it had been crazy so far, but they know that it was only about to get crazier from here on out. So, was that Kakarot guy like your brother or something? Zycor asks Vegeta, but Vegeta doesn't reply. Instead, he faces Beerus and puts forth a certain proposal. Release Frieza, Lord Beerus. Now that I've acknowledged myself as the king, it's only befitting that I get rid of him for good. Sure, why not? I don't care either way, Beerus obliges. He felt oddly cooperative. You appear to be in an unusually good mood today. Is everything alright, Whis asks? In response to this, Beerus raises his left arm and then his right arm. Whis and Vegeta look at each other all confused. They wonder if this gesture has some special meaning attached to it, and about 20 seconds later it finally clicks. Frieza ripped off his right arm, so he isn't supposed to have them both right now. When did it respawn, Vegeta asks. So Beerus replies, it's all thanks to you, Vegeta. When the Grand Priest gave the Universe 6 Saiyans tails again, he must have noticed me pondering in the background, because the next thing I knew, I had my arm back. Very well then, let's go pulverize Frieza so that I can go to Earth and feast upon some good old hamburgers. Zycor still had no idea what was going on, but at this point, he'd rather just see it for himself than try asking for an explanation. Hold on, Vegeta. You still haven't introduced me to your new friend here, Beerus asks. My apologies. This is Zycor from over 1,000 years ago. You may have heard about him from Champa or Vados, Vegeta replies. Beerus immediately disappears from sight, reappears right in front of Zycor, and looks into his eyes with the intention of taking his soul. But of course, Zycor remains unhinged. Beerus laughs and gives him a thumbs up. I see why you were able to put a beating on Champa, he says. Whis then takes them all to the figment of the universe where Frieza had been swirling around inside an eternal vortex, and well, Beerus would snap his fingers and immediately set him free. Frieza's state of existence inside the vortex was less than desirable. He was always in a half-conscious state. Couldn't sleep, couldn't think, just endless epilepsies. This is why it takes Frieza almost 5 minutes before he realizes that he's no longer just swirling around. And then it takes about another 5 minutes before he can clearly see again. What the hell was that? He screams and gasps. Beerus, on the other hand, was still in a very good mood. He approaches Frieza, gently taps him on the shoulder, and asks, how you been? This just fills Frieza's head with pure horror. Sorry, that was a strange thing to ask, Beerus states. He was engaging in some 5D psychological warfare with Frieza right now, and Frieza was done. Frieza may have trained his body to survive even on Planet X, but it was impossible for anyone to survive something like the Infinite Vortex. It literally rips your consciousness apart and leaves you in a state of perpetual, crippling dread. Wow, I've never seen a more pathetic face in my life, Zycor comments. For real, let's make sure that we never piss off Lord Beerus. This seems insane, Vegeta adds. Vegeta, do you still want to fight Frieza, Whis asks. Vegeta nods, and so Whis uses his staff to heal Frieza's mind, body, and soul until all that's left is information of what he endured in the vortex. In the wake of this, Frieza immediately calms down. He takes a minute to process what happened and then bursts into hysterical laughter. Time continues to pass, but Frieza's laughter doesn't stop. It's contagious, it's rhythmic. I knew it, Beerus says with a scowl on his face. Everyone watching this video right now has already left a like, so I don't even gotta ask. Frieza's aura felt heavily unstable, but his power level, his heartbeat, and even his laughter, they were all oddly rhythmic, almost as if the universe had accepted him back into it. The laughter never stops, but Frieza starts looking around. And the moment he exchanges glances with Beerus, he eclipses right there and unleashes a swirling kick. From Beerus' position, it would seem impossible to block that kick in time, but Beerus was still unafraid. It was all over the place. Conveniently though, Vegeta saw that motion happen, and instead of Beerus having to trouble himself once again with this guy, Vegeta would blitz there and block the kick in Beerus' stead. And nothing quite puts a smirk on Frieza's face like this than the thought of killing a Saiyan like Vegeta. "Excuse me, Lord Beerus, leave this one to me," Vegeta requests. Sure enough, Beerus gets out of the way and lets him have a go like he was supposed to. Is it me, or has Vegeta been more polite ever since he declared himself the king of Saiyans, Beerus asks. Yeah, it's not just you. Looks like Vegeta has started to change in a way nobody expected, Whis replies. Huh. Let's see whether that'll be a good thing or a bad thing, Beerus says. Meanwhile, at planet Earth, Broly joins Piccolo in his meditation again while Goku continues training Gohan. Not good enough, Gohan. Training alone will not be enough. We'll have to find you a good opponent, Goku states. Goten was observing them with Trunks again. He says, well, there aren't really many people in the universe who could really pose a threat to bro. I guess that's a good point, Goten. Luckily, we have someone right here on Earth trying to craft the perfect opponent for Gohan, Goku adds. No way, who? Gohan asks. You aren't there yet, Gohan. I noticed it the moment I returned to Earth. Broly noticed it too, and he wasn't even conscious, Goku replies. Gohan was confused, and same goes for Goten and Trunks and probably everybody else too, because Goku is speaking all ominous right now. He notices the curious expressions on all of their faces and decides to act. Relax, boys, you'll know soon enough. For now, how about I teach you boys how Super Saiyan 4 works, he says, and everyone would rejoice. Now, going back to Vegeta versus Frieza, this battle was getting spicier by the minute. Vegeta has already unleashed both Ultra Ego and the Super Saiyan 4 transformation. In theory, he is technically stronger than Frieza, but Frieza seems to be missing something inside of him. Unlike before, he can no longer feel pain. It apparently doesn't matter how many times Vegeta hits him, he just tanks everything and continues to laugh like a maniac. Beerus and Whis notice how, despite the fact that Frieza is the underdog here, nature seems to be on his side. The more he endures, the stronger he gets because of Ultra Ego, and it's not like he can feel pain right now. So it looks like the current Frieza is like Broly in terms of closing the gap between yourself and your opponent. Impressive, Zycor states. I know, right? He used to be the emperor of the universe and such a good kid, Beerus replies. No, not Frieza, I mean Vegeta. He's still at a disadvantage and has yet to use his full strength, Zycor adds. So you noticed it as well, huh? Very perceptive, Zycor. Yes, Vegeta has yet to use the Limit Breaker state of Super Saiyan 4. I wonder why he's planning on dragging this out. He knows that Frieza is getting stronger by the minute, doesn't he? Whis states. Oh, so there is a Limit Breaker form too. How interesting. These Saiyans just continue to surprise me, Beerus says. Indeed, regardless of the personal history of the emotional baggage, Vegeta was unusually apathetic to Frieza, almost as if this is the first time he had ever fought him. Vegeta felt like this: if Frieza can't feel pain during the fight, then Vegeta would make up his mind to not feel anything either. He doesn't want Frieza to get any sort of satisfaction whatsoever from this battle. As much as this is a physical battle, Vegeta has waged a psychological war on the crown. He seeks to make Frieza's death a part of his history, and at the same time, Vegeta was kind of embedding some of the primal instinct from his Limit Breaker into Ultra Ego to reach some sort of equilibrium. The idea is to simultaneously collect ideas on how to make Super Saiyan 5 a reality. This man is multitasking right now. He's indifferent to the past and fully engaged in the present, and also keeping an eye out for the future, Beerus declares. What a noble man and leader you are, Vegeta. I want to immigrate to Universe 7 right now, Zycor mentions. Yeah, but what's the point? It's not like Vegeta's winning right now. This fight is going nowhere. If he's so strong, he should just end it, Beerus adds. Lord Beerus, I was observing Vegeta's fight with Hit, and he was doing something similar during that fight. Rather than going all out, he was getting himself accustomed to all of Hit's fine-tuned killer techniques. It might not seem like much, but in doing so, Vegeta became immune to attacks that cannot be seen. It was poetic to say the least, Whis replies. And then out of nowhere, Vegeta would stop. He releases all of his transformations and reverts back to his base state. He does this without losing any of the strength and attack potency he had during those forms. Frieza being Frieza, however, would see this as an opportunity to kick Vegeta into the vortex, which was still there behind them. However, by this point, Vegeta was so in tune with Frieza's movements that, as far as he was concerned, Frieza had already lost. And there he was, standing in the turbulent cosmos, giving off an aura of invincibility. A true king. Frieza could feel it in his soul that attacking Vegeta right now would be the end of him. Yet he does so anyway. He launches himself straight at Vegeta without any regard for what may or may not happen. It would take Frieza about 10 seconds to reach Vegeta, and yet, Vegeta is still choosing not to use any transformations. When only about 5 seconds remain, Vegeta would close his eyes, and Frieza continues on. At 3 seconds, Vegeta's eyes are still closed. 2 seconds, 1 second. And right when Frieza finally touches Vegeta with the intention to pierce his heart, Vegeta moves for a fraction of a second, but during that instant, he unleashes the absolute pinnacle of what he was capable of. No power-ups required. He would enter the ultimate limit breaker for a mere nanosecond, penetrates Frieza's chest and grabs his tail from inside of his chest. This is where he opens his eyes. One look and anyone could tell that Vegeta was giving Frieza an absolutely poisonous gaze. He then signals Whis to heal Frieza, which he does, but it was too late. Frieza's psyche had been damaged beyond repair and his fighting spirit was crushed. He'll never think about crossing a Saiyan ever again. Lord Beerus, I have a present for you, Vegeta says. Oh yeah, what is it, Beerus asks. A slave, Vegeta says, but as he says this, Beerus could tell that this man Vegeta had obtained mastery over himself finally. They say heavy is the head that wears the crown, and all you need is one look at Vegeta to see how true that is, but no matter how you may feel about him, Vegeta had become king and finally conquered the Saiyan's biggest enemy. But as for where we go from here and what if Goku and Vegeta wish their tails back, the perfect opponent for Gohan is still being found, and I want to see if anybody down below in the comments can maybe guess who it's going to be. So guys, don't forget to leave a like on the video if you haven't already. Turn on those notifications so you don't miss any Dragon Ball content as soon as it goes live over here. But hope you all enjoyed the video. Have a great day, and I will see you all in the next one.